On this week's episode of the StressLess Camping RV podcast, Tony talks to Keith Larson from Winegard about connectivity, monitoring, and tracking systems for enhancing safety on your road trips.
And we relay the history of travel trailers, plus a review of a smaller toy hauler.
Smaller toy hauler, that rhymes.
Yeah.
Hey, grab your chainmail. We are going to go visit a fire-breathing dragon.
Ooh, that's Goofy USA. We have this week's podcast along with the notes and stories that go with it at our home on the web at StressLessCamping.com.
Thank you for joining us for episode 321.
StressLess Camping. I'm Tony.
I'm Peggy.
And we're two RV industry veterans who travel part-time.
Usually with a mini light.
Wait, what in the wide, wide world of sports? Why are we in a hotel room?
Shh, don't tell anybody, but we're staying in a hotel while we get a little bit of work done on the mini light.
Does this hat have anything to do with that?
Maybe. Yeah. We're not going to tell you this week.
No, but it's a pretty cool thing.
We're going to tell you next week. It's a very cool thing,
Yeah.
and we'll talk all about it probably next week.
Yes, we will. Anyway, my hat's off to you. This week we come to you with a story, again, still from Reserve America, with the history of travel trailers.
Yeah, this is like near and dear to our heart, right?
Yes, it is.
Modern day travel trailers, it says, trace their origins to gypsy travel wagons and Conestoga wagons that were built to carry settlers across the United States.
Ooh, Studebakers? Maybe not.
Maybe.
In 1910, the first non-tent travel trailers were built at the Los Angeles Trailer Works and Auto Camp Trailers.
That's a long name.
Yeah.
Probably bigger than the trailer itself.
Yeah.
In 1910, I imagine they were all pretty small.
Yeah, the name was probably longer than, we have to make the trailer longer, we can't put a badge on it.
It was 1916 when the first tent trailer arrived, built by the Campbell Folding Camper Trailer Company. They really liked long names back then.
Yeah. In 1920, and no, the Airstream site says 1929, Airstream trailers kind of first hit the road, founded by Wally Byam, who built a trailer that his wife would enjoy camping in. The name Airstream wasn't used until 1936, though.
So in 1936, Airstream Luxury Trailer was introduced. It was called the Clipper, and it featured dry ice air conditioning, water tanks, electric lighting, and a kitchenette.
Whoa, bougie.
Makes you wonder what was in the ones before.
Right. If you go to the RV Hall of Fame, you might be able to see, because they have those old trailers.
They have
but anyway,
yeah, lots of old trailers.
In the 1960s, the first fifth-wheel trailers appeared on the roads, offering greater towing stability. Due to the unique hitching method, the overall length of the tow vehicle and trailer was shortened without giving up interior space.
Have you ever seen, I know you've seen, have you all ever seen the video of the slug bug, the Volkswagen Beetle that has a fifth wheel on its roof? And the Beetle can actually like turn 360 so it can be facing the trailer or towing the trailer. It's really fun to watch the video. It kind of just spins around in circles.
Yeah, it's
because it fits right underneath it.
Apparently, it was actually a thing.
I think so.
Well,
yeah.
no, it wasn't a thing. It was a bug.
It wasn't a thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Things are too square to do that.
And no roof, so. Anyway, in 1964, a really good year, the first pop-up trailers made their debut.
So that is what they offered. They didn't offer anything past 1964, but I guess we've talked about travel trailers, pop-up trailers, and Airstream. So
And fifth wheels.
And fifth wheels, so we know the history of all those things now.
Yeah, pretty darn cool. Well, this coming week, in fact, when you get this podcast, we will actually be camping off the grid with our friends at ABC Upfitters here in Elkhart, Indiana.
We will not only be camping with them, we'll be camping in their yard.
Yes.
So we are going to spend a few days at ABC Upfitters, not for more upgrades, because we've done all that, but we are going to participate in their open house, and we are just going to camp out in their parking lot while we do it.
Yeah, so off the grid, and it's going to be great. We last week camped next to the Hoppies, who do so much off-grid camping, and they have a complete system from ABC Upfitters, similar to ours, but with twice as much battery.
Well, but they do have a fifth wheel, so they need twice as much battery.
That's true. And there's a little rumor that other friends of ours are heading to ABC Upfitters in a couple of weeks to get their system in their new trailer. We don't want to. Yeah, we don't want to let on who they are.
We'll let them break that news.
We'll let them. But anyway, if these trailers have in common is they're reliable, functional, off-grid solar and lithium systems that just work well together. And if you are looking for a good, reliable, solid solar and lithium package, whether that's just for some weekending or crazy off-grid camping or whatever your preference is, call our friends at ABC Upfitters. And how would I do that?
Hey, it would be a local call for us right now. 574-333-3225 for those of you under 50, a local call.
Right?
I'm kidding.
I know. That's
you remember,
so funny.
You know, there were days when you didn't have to dial 10 numbers. You only had to dial 7.
Right.
In fact, I only had to dial 4.
Her dino phone.
In my dino phone, yeah.
But anyway,
okay,
573-333-3225, or we have links in our show notes at StressLessCamping.com, along with some interviews and other information that you'll find useful. So if you're thinking, should I kind of upgrade my off-grid situation?
The answer is yes.
And no matter from simple to spectacular, ABC Upfitters will hook you up.
So we are in the hotel room, and you're going to continue to see this scene, I guess. Because of technical difficulties, I didn't get involved in this one.
Yeah.
And also because of technical difficulties, for some reason, Riverside, which is how we record these interviews, doesn't like to hear Tony say numbers. So when he says 4G and 5G, you're just going to have to guess which number he said. Just watch his mouth, and you can tell the difference between 4 and 5. But for some reason, it like silenced out every time Tony says 4 or 5. Not our guest, just Tony.
That's good. So anyway, if you're looking for a great way to monitor your RV, we have the privilege of having Keith Larson from Winegard with us, who has a new product that I think so many of us have been looking for and we found out at the Frog Rally. But first of all, Keith, welcome.
Well, thank you for having me. Appreciate it very much.
Absolutely. First of all, if you don't know, let's explain who is Winegard.
Sure. Well, Winegard Company has been around for a long time. We started in 1954. Owners started making TV antennas, the conventional TV antennas for your houses. So we've been in business for a good long time. Started with TV antennas, and then we built a TV antenna that didn't work in the home market so well, but then it worked in the RV market perfectly. Somebody said, you should put this on an RV. And all of a sudden we were in the RV business. The batwing antenna, many people have seen that, a crank-up antenna. That was really what got us in the RV market. So we're a connectivity company. We've done anything from TV antennas, satellite dishes for DirecTV and Dish for the RV market and the home market. And then we get into connectivity more with the internet, Wi-Fi, 4G, 5G, and now into the smart RV stuff that we'll talk about. But yeah, so we're definitely been we were a TV company and kind of morphed into a connectivity company.
And something that I believe I understand, you make most of your products here in the U.S.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we're a complete vertical integrated manufacturer. We even build our own electronics boards, and we have people come to our factory. They're really impressed that we have 2 SMT electronic lines that we actually build our own boards to. We don't even we actually don't bring in boards from, other places. We actually build internally. We have probably 7 mold machines. So we build all our plastic parts as well. We have stamping materials. We stamp out the reflectors for a dish network, for example, at our factory. So yeah, fully integrated. We build everything from raw materials in our factory. That is definitely U.S. made.
That's fantastic. And you may, if you have a newer RV, have seen what looks like a round, it's not a dome, it's like a upside down bowl on the roof of your RV, probably black, and it says Winegard on it. So you folks are making a lot of the TV antennas, but much more for new RVs. In fact, our Rockwood has a G model on the roof.
There you go. Yeah. Very nice. Yes. There's different ones out there. There's some that are TV antennas only. So they look kind of similar. There's an Air 360, which this is an Omni TV antenna. And then you have the Air 360 Plus versions that you probably have, which has the 5G, which are pretty much a prep that the OEMs use for upgrading your RV to get 5G or 4G connectivity. You just add a router inside. So it's pre-wired basically for Wi-Fi and 4G connectivity, 5G connectivity.
That's cool. Yeah, I know our trailer there's a little puck in the ceiling, and we can upgrade to a 5G router, and it's been on my thinker about her list.
Well, hopefully you got to see it at the Frog Rally, maybe learn a little bit about the Gateway product and the 5G, and we also have a new T-Mobile plan that's only $99 unlimited a month for 5G speeds. So, we've got a good program that we're just launching right now with T-Mobile as well that really gives you unlimited, no throttle, no limits. So you can use it all you want for $99 a month for 5G.
It's funny. We have a T-Mobile plan right now that through the FRVA or FMCA, and I am really impressed with how well it works. My expectations were much lower than the actual performance of this plan. So T-Mobile is a lot better than I thought.
Yeah, T-Mobile for 5G service is one of the better ones for an RVer. There's different 5G frequencies. Some of the 5G stuff like AT&T and Verizon went after the big city markets. So they use a different frequency, higher frequency to use in the big cities, Dallas, Houston, Miami. And that takes, you don't have as much distance over it. T-Mobile went for rural America. That was just their strategy. They went for more rural America. So their coverage in areas where not populated is going to be really good. AT&T and Verizon are moving that direction. So they're expanding their 5G network, but really T-Mobile went up to that rural America. So they're using a different frequency, which covers, 25, 30 plus miles of 5G service from a tower, where 4G was only 10 miles. So get good coverage in 5G. You really do. T-Mobile is a really good coverage map.
Believe it or not, that's not what we came to talk about. This is fascinating to me, and
we can go all kinds of different directions here.
Right. Well, you guys really do some interesting stuff with your T-Mobile plan. Since you brought it up, can you pause it?
Yep.
So it's at 99
no
bucks.
Commitment, no contract. Use it as you want. Turn it on and off. 30-day events.
And that works with your 4G and 5G routers that you can opt into your RV.
The T-Mobile is a 5G plan only. Our best one for 4G is Verizon, and that's $109 for unlimited 4G. You can use it with it. Yeah, the T-Mobile is a 5G plan for 5G routers.
But what we came to talk about was something that I saw at the Frog Rally, and it was one of those, oh my gosh, this is going to be so popular. It is a new remote sensor monitoring system, for lack of a better description, from Winegard. So if you would, fill us in at what you've done here.
Sure. I mean, everybody's probably understands what a smart home is, or a security system for your home. But what Winegard has done is brought that to the RV market, a security monitoring system. It's called RV Halo, is the family name. So really, it's a security monitoring system. There's a hub. Like every smart home has like a hub that communicates to the cloud. So we've created a smart hub that basically communicates to the cloud, but has some features built in it that has like GPS. So the hub comes with like a GPS system. It's got GPS in it. It's got an M1 cellular antenna to connect to that cloud service. But then it's got some GPS features like geofencing. You can put a fence around your RV, so if it gets taken or moved outside of a certain area that you create your custom geofence, it'll alert you remotely wherever you're at on your phone. It's got Find My RV, share it with your family and friends for security reasons. It's also got a battery backup. I think this is big. You could break a smart home thing and put it into your RV and hook it to an internet product, but if power goes out, you're not going to know. You're never going to get any alerts. I think the coolest thing that we have that really made this an RV product is a battery backup in there. So if you lose power, it's going to tell you lost power, and you got a problem at your RV. But then outside of that, there's all these different sensors we've come up with as well. So temp, humidity, we've got a water sensor, contact closures, and motion sensors. So you can start building your security monitoring system. You can build on top of just the smart hub itself on the GPS features. So yeah, it's basically a smart home system that can alert you remotely. And I think that's the biggest thing, is that, there's things in your RV that are Bluetooth, but getting connected to the cloud and to you anywhere you're at in the country, not at your RV, that is what makes this a beautiful product.
The 4 sensors that I saw that the starter pack comes with, one of those is a water sensor. And we have water sensors in our RV in places where plumbing leaks are likely. And they notify us if we're in the RV by basically sounding a sound that would wake the dead.
We do have an audio alarm in ours as well, which can be off or on, but sometimes that is good to have an audio alarm for like a water leak if you're in your RV. If somebody doesn't have the app or something, they would still be alerted to a motion sensor or water sensor. But yeah, it's got an audio alarm as well on all those sensors. But but the nice thing is, I think it's that remote access that to get that anywhere you're at is really what sets apart.
You have a temperature sensor too. So if there were somebody who maybe they're at a national park and they have a pet and they have to go away for the day, that way you can monitor the temp inside the RV remotely. The way you guys do it is with an app on the phone, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. Everything is done through an app in the cloud. So it'll sit, but on the alert. So temp sensor is perfect for that. Yeah, for pets or just to make sure. And you can set that limit. You don't have to check and monitor it just to check on it. You can say if it gets above 80 degrees in my RV or in this sensor, and you can name it my RV sensor. You can actually name each sensor. You can have multiple sensors in there. You could say if my RV sensor in my living room gets above 80 or 82 degrees, send me an alert. So you can actually have thresholds set there instead of just monitoring and go, it'll tell you, hey, high level temperature has been hit. Also, you could set that temperature sensors for multiple things. Like I have one set on my refrigerator, and you can put one in your freezer. You can say, so let's say you're going to be gone for a couple of days from your RV, but it's plugged in, and you got meat in there or milk or whatever and eggs. And if your temperature in your refrigerator gets above, say, 45 degrees, it can alert you that your fridge temp sensor just went off. So it's even more than just in your living room. You can put in your refrigerator, your freezer. You can have multiple temp sensors set up throughout your RV that are monitoring different things. And you can name them refrigerator. I can name the one freezer. I can name the one living room. So it's even outside of pets. Pets are a huge one for sure. But it's also about protecting your goods inside your refrigerator that you don't know or maybe are spoiling and you have a problem and you don't know it's happening.
I hadn't thought of that. And then I could even put one in our battery compartment. Can get hot as all get out.
Correct.
Under certain conditions, I could put one in there as well.
Yeah, they're rated to, I think, 140 degrees for top and minus 10 or 15 or something for low. So it's got a pretty good range that the sensor operates in as well to protect those things. But yeah, if you think about anything that you want to just know, if something hits a certain temperature, you want to know about it. Yeah, I mean, it's not just for your living room. That's a big one, or just for your main living area. But refrigerator, freezers are a big deal, or other compartments like that you want to know. Yeah.
Another sensor I saw was, I guess they're called reed sensors, where it's a magnetic, there's a box and a little magnet. So if somebody opens a door or opens a compartment door or anything like that, it sends an alert.
Yep, that's correct. Those are it's called our contact closures. This is what we call it. So yeah, it's for doors and windows. And again, you can put as many as you want. You can label each one, so you're not confused of which one. You can say this is the front door, this is the back door, this is the bedroom window. There's no limit to really how many sensors you can put in your RV. If you wanted to put one on every single window and every door to make sure that if you're not there, somebody's not opening the door, you can do that. So it's a very customizable system that you can set up. But yeah, it's just a magnetic, and they're easy to install. They're all you can just use, like, we have 3M tape. They just comes with it to simply do it, or you can screw them in too. So to set up that contact and that magnet on your door is very simple, or on your window is very easy to do to install those sensors.
something not everyone knows, the place where RVs are most likely to get broken into is at a storage lot. And so if you have those read the door sensors and you have your remote monitoring system, you could also tell if a door is opened or a compartment door is opened.
Yep. And we also have the motion sensors too, that you can even put motion sensors that detect motion at your RV. So there's a motion sensor as well that you can put outside to detect if there's motion there. And you can do sensitivity and change the angle and how wide you want it, so you can narrow down where you want the motion sensor to detect as well.
Man, I mean, I think you've come up with something a lot of RVers really, really will want.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. I mean, I'm definitely excited about the product. Just in talking to some dealers, and some of our customers are very excited about the product when we've talked about launching this, which should be soon. So yes, it's a very exciting product. Yeah, it's just a limited what you can set up. The other part we're doing too, besides, we talked about the different sensors. I think we went through the temp, humidity, the water, the contact one, and then the motion a little bit. The other thing we've done is also partner with some other products in the market. So we have some products that work with RV Halo. For example, we have a Go Power solar panel controller that has Bluetooth built on it. So on that, if you have that controller, you can pair it with the RV Halo app and be able to get warnings or alerts from your solar panel off the Go Power controller. We've also worked with Bauer and both CPG Bluetooth door locks. You could actually add the tile. You could say, I want to add my CPG door lock to it, and you can check the status if my door is locked or unlocked, and eventually be able to lock and unlock it. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. That's just where it's starting from. And there's going to be, so we have those partners right now, which are Go Power, CPG, and Bauer locks, that you can actually check your door locks. But we'll be expanding that to some other products, that make sense, that, hey, if you want to be able to check or get a warning on something. So it's even more than just what we've come up with. We have partners that you can also get remote status on, until you can actually lock and unlock Bluetooth doors remotely to let somebody in, or you forgot to lock it and you can lock it. So that's pretty neat stuff too.
That is cool. Boy, like I said, I think you've hit a home run with this. So there are the sensors individually, and you can buy the sensors one by one, or there's a starter kit. What about the monitoring? How does it work remotely? You have a remote, I guess, transmitter.
So the Smart Hub is the communication. So that is the main piece. It's called the Smart Hub. That's what sends up to the cloud. So you do have to buy an RV Halo Pro membership. So RV Halo is our app, and there's a Pro membership to get the remote monitoring to the cloud, which is $9.99 a month. So this service is just $9.99 a month to get all that remote monitoring to your app. You'll get notifications, and let's say when a temp sensor goes off or alarm system goes off, you can set it to do a notification. So like on my phone, on my unit here, if I go past my motion sensor, I'll get a notification on my cell phone wherever I'm at. I will also get alerts if the contact is opened or shut, and it'll give you a reading of which one it is, if it got opened or it got shut. And you can set all those, set up what you want notified, what kind of notifications. I also get an email. I can set up email notifications. So I can set up, so I'll get through the cloud notifications to my cell phone. And you can customize which sensors you want set up to get notifications, which ones you want audible. So very flexible. But it's $9.99 a month, or you can do a yearly plan for $99. And that's the Pro membership. That gives you that remote access. You can still put the sensors in and have Bluetooth access inside your RV like you do on your water sensors today. It could alert you on your phone when you're in the area, but to do remotely is getting that Pro membership.
What all do I have to buy? Obviously the sensors.
Well, the Smart Hub is the main thing. So you buy the Smart Hub is your key piece. That Smart Hub right off the bat, you can get RV Halo Pro membership, get the Smart Hub. That gets you access to the cloud, and you can do all your GPS security features, my geofencing. You could do your Find My RV, share my location with friends. It's got your temperature at your RV, just what the outdoor temperature is. So you would get those features right away by just the Smart Hub and the Pro membership. And then you can build out those sensors to add other features in. It doesn't change the price or what you pay monthly. It's just the service. So just a one-time service to get access to the cloud for the diagnostics. So then you can start building out your network of sensors. So it starts with the Smart Hub as the main piece, which retails, if you want to talk about retails, that retails for $249 is the Smart Hub.
Okay.
So that is the main device that's going to connect to the cloud. And then your sensors, you can add your network of sensors that you want to add to your system as you customize your security system in your RV.
But if you're monitoring pets or theft, it's just such a great investment. I mean, it seems like.
And that's the nice thing about the security monitor system. It is just an access to the cloud service. Instead of, let's say you bought a 5G T-Mobile plan for $99 to get your access to the cloud, to get your internet connected, and then bought a hub or something, or some different security device, you're paying that whole access fee, where this is just $9 a month to get your cloud service, to get remote diagnostics to your phone. It's a very economical way, rather than having a full-blown internet system to be able to do that for you.
Wow.
Like if you did a home system, you could do a G or Starlink or something, then put a home system in there, but you don't have that battery backup either, and you're paying that big fee to get connected to your internet source to the cloud. But basically, through our Smart Hub and the RVer app, it's a very economical system to have that peace of mind for that security monitoring system. Like, is my RV protected? Is there anything weird happening in my RV to save me issues?
Another thing that I think we don't want to overlook is if you have a second home, or even your primary home or whatever, you could use these in that.
Absolutely. Yes,
too.
you could.
So if you're on the road, you could monitor your home and look for leaks or temps or as you said, the fridge and freezer.
I have mine going right now, exactly. So if something happens, and I will say I did have humidity go off during a hurricane here, and I was getting water in my house when I wasn't home. I swear, it saved me. I was at a friend's house during a hurricane. The humidity sensor went off, the level went off, and I'm like, that's not good. I better go check on my house. And sure enough, there was water just blowing through the sills on my windows. And I was getting water in my house, and it alerted me to that humidity. The humidity part of it triggered me to go check out my house, and it worked in my house. Yes.
Man, that's, again, it's one of the unusual products that will work great in an RV, but also at your home.
That is true. Yes, it will.
Now, if you had the $9.99 a month plan, could it cover both home and RV, or would that be separate?
It just covers one hub. You just have one Smart Hub on the plan. So basically, when you have an RV Halo app, you set up an account with that app, and you assign something to be your hub, your network, your system to that. So you assign a hub to be a Smart Hub. You buy it and said, this is my hub to connect all my devices, and you can take that anywhere you want. You're just paying that one fee.
Okay.
Yeah, you could take it out of your RV and plug it into your house. Like I take it to my truck and I take it into my house and use it wherever you want. Yes.
I even think of if let's say you're an RV repair tech and you've got $20,000 worth of tools in your truck, you could use it to also monitor your vehicle.
Absolutely. It can be a little bit broader than just basic RV stuff. Yes, I agree. Yeah, it's Babe's mobile security system. I mean, really, when you think about it.
Yeah, I keep thinking of ways you could implement this. So again, just when I saw this at Frog, I'm like, this is more than a home run. And it's from a company. I think another bonus is you make this in the U.S.
Yep, it is engineered, designed, built, tested. Everything is built in Burlington, Iowa, as where our company's at, Burlington, Iowa. So that's where it's all built at. So it is definitely a made in USA product.
Man, I think you've got a total home run here. I'm really glad that I attended Frog and found you. Well, I knew about Winegard, but...
Well, we're excited too. I'm glad you did too, because that's really good to get the word out to the customers on this system, because I do think it is a home run, and we're excited about bringing this to the RV market and to the consumers to be able to protect their investment. And I'm excited about what things keep coming in the future. We just hit on a couple of partners that we have, and what other sensors are we going to build in the future that, tanks and battery monitors. I mean, you start thinking what things you can monitor in an RV, and where's this going to go?
Interesting. It'd be interesting to see a partnership with someone like Sea Level, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Or, whatever. You could remotely monitor your tanks or...
Anything's got Bluetooth we can connect to. And we do have this, I can't remember the technology. I mean, there are other things that you can put on our system. And I'm drawing a blank of what that is right now. But yeah, you can actually, there's other generic devices out there that you can actually add to our smart hub as well that are for home and add it to our system. So it's an open technology kind of thing too.
Where would somebody go to find out more about this?
Just go to winegard.com and there's a smart RV tab, and that'll take you to the smart hub and the sensors and all research about. You'll be able to see everything about what our smart hub and sensors are about on that page.
Sounds good.
And it'll be coming soon to the dealerships. We haven't shipped quite yet. We should be shipping by the end of this week. Our plan is to start shipping to the distributors and dealers here at the end of the month.
One of my friends, Tony from TNT RV, won one of your systems at the Frog Rally.
Did he?
And I was jealous then. I'm more jealous now.
I saw the list come through that you had the winners there. I didn't know that was one of your friends.
Yeah, we were like, oh, look, you won something here. And it's...
Well, let's see what we can do for you, too.
That's good. Keith, thank you so much for your time and for such a great solution that so many of us, I think, are going to take advantage of.
Well, thanks for your time, too, as well. I appreciate the opportunity to speak to your...
All right. Well, I will let you go, and thank you again.
Thanks a lot, Tony. Appreciate it.
You bet. Welcome back. So I thought that system that they're coming out with was very fantastic.
Exciting. Yeah.
Another thing that's fantastic is on our website are all kinds of discounts and deals and references to products and services that we really like and feel comfortable with, mostly ones that we use ourselves. So if you're looking for a great deal on RV products, or you just want to take us shopping on Amazon with you, we really appreciate your checking our favorite products and services at StressLessCamping.com. That's what helps pay the bills for all of this and lets us continue to come to you for free, even when we're in Indiana, spending our hardly earned money.
Okay, so last week, Bill told me that some people told him that they were having trouble finding the Goofy USA segment on YouTube. Now, not being a person who watches a lot of YouTube, I actually had the same struggle. I went to find out so I could, know and realize that I have a little bit of a struggle too. So can you please explain to the folks out in watching land how they can find the Goofy USA segments, because in audio it just keeps going now.
It's part of the same.
But in video, we do it as a separate video, and I always encourage audio listeners to go watch the video, because we put a lot of pictures of these goofy things that we're talking about.
Yeah. So on YouTube, if you go to our channel, which is at Stressless Camping, or you just look at you tap on our name or click on our name, there will be playlists. And in those playlists are our weekly podcast, RV reviews, and Goofy USA. So Goofy USA has its own playlist, and if you choose to watch all of those, well, more power to you, and thank you. And so that's the easy way to find it is just go to our channel at StressLessCamping.com on YouTube and look for playlists, and Goofy USA is one of them. So that's the way to find it.
All right, so we talked about all the old vintage and the history of travel trailers. You have a unique travel trailer you want to...
I do. This week it's the Cherokee Grey Wolf 18 RR.
RR. Pirate?
Yeah, it's a pirate. But it's a small toy hauler. And it's kind of neat that this is a relatively small, inexpensive toy hauler, but Cherokee is a value-focused brand of Forest River. So for the money, you still get the drop-down ramp in the back so you could load toys in, but that ramp also includes the mechanism where it'll stay horizontal and form like a patio deck. Okay. There is a curtain that they draw down. This model is not a very elaborate trailer, but it's also not a very expensive trailer as far as trailers go. Interestingly, Cherokee lets you buy either a traditional stick and tin, which is wood-framed aluminum corrugated skin, or they have their black label, which is a fiberglass skin, but it's still a wood-frame trailer. if you're going to do this, I would just stick with the aluminum skin just because it's cheaper and lighter, and that makes more capability for your cargo. And that's kind of what this trailer is all about. It's a little toy hauler with a deck and all of that. And it's a neat little offering. You can read the full story and see photos at our home on the web at StressLessCamping.com under the Honest RV Reviews.
Last week's question of the week, because we were talking a lot about how much people are paying for RV parks sometimes, was how much, or what's the most that you've paid for a campsite, and was it worth it? And thank you to those of you who responded. I may or may not have found some new places to go. Probably not.
We tend to be, we have this fabulous system from ABC Upfitters, so we really do favor Harvest hosts and
right. Harvest hosts
and things like that. That's our preference.
And then based on today's history lesson, I got to wondering, have you ever owned a vintage travel trailer or vintage RV? Together we have.
Yeah.
I guess kind of our first travel trailer, pop-up trailer by Jayco was, maybe back in those days we didn't think of it as vintage, but it was from the 70s, so
yeah.
It really was a vintage trailer.
And we had a 1970 Aristocrat, and we had a 1964 RVer camper.
That's right. We really enjoyed having those. And I also, again, they weren't vintage when I was camping in them, but our 1967 Winnebago in the 1980s, technically I guess it was vintage. To us it was just awesome.
Yeah.
Classic.
So anyway, you can answer that question at our Fun and Friendly StressLess Campers Facebook group. And again, it's a great place to ask your questions or just spend time with really cool, well-behaved people.
Yes.
So it's not like normal Facebook. It's StressLess Campers.
Thanks to all of you who signed up for signed up for the weekly newsletter last week. You didn't just sign up for last week's newsletter. I don't know if that's going to come as a surprise to you. You're going to keep getting it. It is free. It is fun. It is full of stories and links and things that we find all over the world to tell you about in the RV world.
Yeah, and one of the neat things about that, we make it, if you no longer see value in that newsletter, it's really easy to unsubscribe. We don't put you through hoops and all that stupid stuff. It's easy to get off the list and know that your info is never shared with anybody.
Never.
We just use it, it's sort of like our way of keeping in touch with you because we really appreciate you.
The show notes for episode 321 and all episodes are on the podcast page at StressLessCamping.com.
321.
321 is this week's
321
episode.
blast off. Yep. You'll also find, again, our favorite RV products and services at our home on the web, and those are things that we either use ourselves or really believe in, and oftentimes you get a discount too. And
that's right.
I believe in discounts.
I believe in discounts. When you've read and seen all the stories that you want to see on our website, then hop over to all the social places. I think of Facebook first, but we're in all of them. And there are links from our website.
Audio listeners, if you don't want to miss a future episode, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast. And we are in all the places pretty much where you can find podcasts. So
that's right.
Wherever you prefer, we try to be there for you.
Subscribing helps you. Subscribing helps us.
Yeah, you don't miss out.
And the same on YouTube. Subscribing helps you. Subscribing helps us. Liking, commenting, sharing, all those things are so very helpful to us. We really appreciate when you do all those things.
Yep, and of course, if you saw something on our website that you actually didn't laugh at, might have actually been valuable.
Well, wait, some things I want them to laugh at.
That's for sure. Anyway, we appreciate your sharing that with your friends, and especially there's a lot of things where we have answers from things that have been vetted from manufacturers, that sort of stuff. So if you're looking for a reliable answer to a lot of RV questions, you can find them on our website and share them and make yourself look super duper brilliant.
Yeah. Well, that is our episode for this week from a hotel. Very rarely happens. but it has this week. We look forward to seeing you again next week back in our mini light. And until then,
Stressless camping.